Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. Friday evening, I'm sure that you guys must have had good plans out here for upcoming week. We are going to expect real good weather in in next week's plus 10 in Calgary. So yeah, fingers crossed. All right, so this is an update I would like to cover towards the very end of this video. Before that, I will be talking a little more in detail about the timelines. And yes, I'm going to address your questions whatsoever I received through my channel. And if in case if you're not subscribed to my channel, you can certainly do that for more updates under TR to PR pathway, Federal Skilled Worker Program, CEC, PNP, and whatnot. Let's dive into our first timeline. But before that, there's been a real good progress for IG Stream. There have been a lot of applicants who have applied around May 7th, and I'm talking about from 12 a.m. onwards on May 7th. They have started getting good response, not just the ability to link up the application, but also the ADR, AORs, and all that stuff. I got good hold on timelines for May 7th, so let's dive into first one. He has applied at 12 p.m. Eastern Time Zone on May 7th, so you can see that it was like towards the afternoon where he got the medicals, and then the ADR was for PCC again. Majority of the time, you will be getting the PCC for ADR for PCC. So PCC has to be valid when you submit it. In case if you have not traveled in last couple of months, specifically for 6 to 8 months time period, just attach the LOE and then submit the PCC whatsoever you have. My recommendation would be to submit the confirmation receipt for the new PCC if you can. PCC from a local police station is absolutely admissible, so you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, don't get it from the superintendent of police like locally, just get a signature or something like that. You have to have it from a local police station. You can also try getting it from BLS. Now, another timeline is for May 6th at 11 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, where he got the AOR, January 12th, and then got the PR confirmation portal. After that, he got the second reminder for accepting the PR. Now, this usually happens when you get a PR confirmation portal. Try to get it done as soon as possible. Don't try to get hold on to this decision. Like in this case, he got the PR portal on March 2nd. Now, in case if you are traveling and you're not physically present in Canada, make sure you update this information through your account that you will be in Canada on so and so date, so that there should not be any pause and visa officers should not be skeptic that what step to be taken into that aspect. Also, in case if you're traveling before the receipt of AOR, you don't need to worry about that. However, if you've received the AOR, my recommendation, don't travel outside of Canada at this point of time, because this is very important. If you travel and you get the PR confirmation portal, it might delay it with couple of weeks. And in case if that is okay with you, then yes, you can proceed with whatever the plans you have. He got the second reminder for accepting the PR, and then he uploaded the mailing address and PR card photo. And you can see that on the very same day he got the ECO PR. So guys, the processing from PR portal to ECO PR is relatively fast now, and I'll be talking a little more in detail towards the end why TR to PR pathway is going through a very fast pace. Now, another timeline is of May 22nd. That is again IG, this stream B at 2 p.m. Now, she's got the biometric request, and then ADR was there for schedule 3rd. And then you will see the eligibility passed or criminality check going on or background check under your portal. In this case, she called up IRCC, and that's how she got it update. Again, I wouldn't recommend you to keep calling IRCC for these things. You can certainly call IRCC at 1-888-242-2100 for getting the TFN, the temporary file number. And temporary file number would allow you to raise a web form. So that would help you in raising any kind of a document whichsoever is pending. And after that, you have to wait for the AOR and then the ADR and all that stuff, PR confirmation portal and ECO PR. In this case, he got the application approved, and that information would be conveyed to you through portal. And then PR portal was on March 11th. This is Alma's timeline, and you can see the screenshot on the right side. If you're not able to read it, I'll just read it for you. This is a Winnipeg timeline under IG Stream. She has applied on May 6th at 8:43 p.m. She was able to link up the application on January 14, and then there was an ADR for two things. That first is for the PCC, and the second one is for the receipt. Now, she has already submitted it twice before linking up the application. Still, there was an ADR. So that is one of the scenario what I would recommend to do it after getting the AOR or after the TFN. Like you can raise a web form. In this case, she called up IRCC on February 11th. Criminality was passed, and agent has to review eligibility and background check. So this information you definitely can get, but again, you don't have to do it if it's not that much bothering you. And then if she's reviewed, like she got the information that reviewing your additional document, IRCC would always give you that information that they are reviewing your documents. And in case if you have raised a web form, I would like to remind you that you're not going to get the acknowledgement of the documents right away. It probably would take a couple of days, not the weeks, but yes, in case if you have raised a web form today, you might get an update within a week's time period or 10 days that they are reviewing the documents. In this case, she got the medicals passed, like that information. Again, the old medicals were accepted here. And then the PR confirmation portal, PR portal, that was on March 8th. And after that, she submitted the address and photograph on March 9th itself. And you can see within a day, she got the ECOPR that was on March 10th. Okay, another timeline of May 6th at 9 p.m. And during that time, this candidate, when he applied, it was like 27,000 applicants already applied through. And he was able to link up the application. In this case, there were two ADR, that additional document requisition from IRCC. First one was for the IELTS TRF, that's a test report form, the original IELTS, and then the Puris clearance certificate. Again, if you've already submitted IELTS and IRCC is asking you to resubmit it, you don't have to redo that IELTS. You just have to submit the same copy, even if it's expired. Then the portal requirement was there on March 9th, and today he was able to get the COPR March 11th. The visa officer is Calgary. Okay, IG stream May 6 at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. BIL was received, and you cannot go through biometric unless and until you receive the biometric instruction letter. That's a mandatory requirement. So you cannot go it on your own. He was able to link up the application using the UCI application number and passport details. That was on January 14th, almost 2 months ago. And then he was able to link up the application. With that only, you will get the ADR for whatever the document is left, and then the AOR was received. You can see that on January 4th, he got through all the information, link up the application, got the update that medicals were through, and then got the ADR for PCC also. And then the AOR was also received. After that, like almost a month later, he got the information from IRCC that documents were received, and now they are just kind of, reviewing it. And you can see that almost not even a month later, he got the PR approval confirmation, and March 10th, that was yesterday, he got the ECOPR. Okay, this is IG stream May 7th, again May 7th, 11:09 a.m. Eastern Time Zone, and you can see here that application was linked, and then PCC was also required for two of the inland dependents. So there was no AOR, no ADR. So this was yesterday only. Another timeline of May 6th under IG stream 7:53 p.m. In this case, you can see that he got the AOR on January 18th, ADR for police clearance certificate and IMM 5669 form. That was on February 25th. And you can see here that the portal email came on March 10th, and within a day time, he got the ECOPR. Now you probably would get the couple of ghost updates, like he did it on March 5th and March 9th. So that's just an update under your portal that application is processing through. And I've already shared the screenshot in my previous videos. Okay, May 7th again at 8:19 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. So the update he got is like the medicals were passed, and then there wasn't two ADRs, PCC and IELTS TRF. So March 10th. So now these days, IRCC is actually asking for the IELTS TRF. So just keep in mind that you don't have to redo it. Just submit the same copy what you've submitted before. So goes for PCC. If the PCC was already submitted at the time of file submission, and now they are asking you, you don't have to redo the PCC. The same one, even if it's expired, should be okay. Why I'm saying that submit the confirmation receipt for the new one only if you haven't submitted your PCC during the file submission time and you applied it in maybe like after filing, and now by this time it will be expired because PCC holds the validity of 6 months. So yeah, in that case only you have to go for the new one. Okay, another timeline here is of Stream B, May 21st. Now, in this case, Shana, she's got the AOR on January 7th, and then the portal credentials were on March 11th. In my last video, I was already explained that processing time period under Stream B is getting pretty fast. So things are rolling out for Stream B. But today's videos are actually, you can see that IG Stream were the one who've been getting number of rollouts, especially for May 7th. So yeah, the good news is on way, hopefully. And we are getting good response out here. And I will be updating a little more in detail for that. Now let's dive into what I've just mentioned in the beginning of my video. You must have seen this article, and I'm going to share the link in the description box below. This is of yesterday's news, where Canada's express entry backlog has declined by nearly 25,000 persons since December. I don't know why, because we haven't seen much of the progress here. But the thing which I really wanted to talk about is here economic class inventory is down overall, but TR to PR program inventory is slowing progress. Now, if you see here, there was some gains in non-express entry PNP and all that. Let's dive into this one. TR to PR program, which has been closed to applications since November, experienced an increase of 14,153 people between the middle of December 2021 and the end of February 2022. This is what I have been reiterating, guys, that TR to PR pathway is going through a real fast speed, and I have seen a lot of improvements, not just in terms of AORs, but a lot of you actually are getting through under IG Stream, Stream B, Stream A. Everybody's getting through ECOPR sooner or later. So this is amazing. You don't have to lose your hope, even if it's taking a little while. TR to PR pathway is actually the only program right now, and this is what it is saying, that it has CIC has reached out to IRCC for an explanation as to why TR to PR pathway has experienced such a significant increase even after the program has closed. Now, this is a possibility, but yes, this is absolutely true. One possibility is IRCC has recently begun to review such TR to PR program application, and hence only now have they been counted towards the department's inventory. So if you see, the target for IRCC is actually 431,645. So earlier they've announced 411,000, but if you go back to my video of February 16, I have explained it that now they have increased the target to 431,645. So to achieve that, they have to be dependent on TR to PR pathway. The first thing is that they landing immigrants, what the target they have, they are already here. Like, the candidates are physically present out here in Canada. So where exactly they have to put extra effort? Secondly, they are in need of an experienced candidates. They have it all under Stream A and Stream B, and IG Stream is again gearing up to get more experience. So this is really motivating for those who have applied to it. There is no second announcement for this TR to PR pathway because this was one-time program and one-time opportunity during the time of crisis, which was COVID-19, when everything was all uh, standstill, no traveling, nothing was happening. And during that time, the government has announced this program. So this is amazing. If you have applied under this program and meets the eligibility requirement, you don't need to worry about that. Let me remind you that visa officers are getting back to you for each and every document, even if it's expired, or if they want more clarification, they are getting back to you asking for ADR and for payment receipt, and in case if any change in status has happened, uh, like very few number of rejection has happened, like it's more like 0.2 or 0.3%, and that was again a way back, maybe towards January, when I also discussed little more, where you have applied under wrong stream, and this was only for those who try to apply when the category has reached to its cap. And now recently, if you see my video where candidates have applied under different streams, and even if they have applied twice, and even if it went to a wrong category and then they have raised the web form and it was all corrected and rectified, it was all through. So this is getting amazing response from IRCC. You definitely don't need to worry about that or lose hope. Just go through this article in case if you want to, but honestly speaking, it doesn't hold much of a value for federal skilled worker programs because we haven't seen much of a progress. And as and when I get to hear, I would be the first one to talk through my channel. So yeah, keep in touch. And if you have any question, you can always write back to me. I will try to resolve it as soon as possible. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Bye.